Every human mind has a deep and powerful craving, the desire to reach a conclusion. Psychologists call this cognitive closure, the need to arrive at an answer, a belief, or an explanation that ends uncertainty. Once the brain reaches that conclusion, it relaxes. The tension of not knowing disappears. But that relief comes with a hidden cost. The brain does not always prioritize accuracy. Often, it prioritizes speed and emotional comfort. When faced with confusing information, conflicting opinions, or unpredictable situations, the mind begins searching for the quickest explanation that restores a sense of order. Imagine someone hearing a rumor about a coworker at work. The story is incomplete and unclear, but within minutes people begin forming judgments. They fill in the gaps with assumptions, past experiences, or emotional reactions. Soon the rumor becomes truth in their minds, even though very little evidence exists. This is cognitive closure in action. The brain dislikes open questions, prefers neat conclusions. Unfinished stories feel uncomfortable. Ambiguous situations feel threatening. And unresolved problems create psychological tension that the mind tries to eliminate as quickly as possible. This is why people rush to choose sides in arguments. It is why conspiracy theories can spread rapidly during times of crisis. It is why complex problems are often reduced to simple explanations. The mind is trying to close the loop. Psychologically, this drive is linked to several mechanisms working together. The brain constantly predicts what will happen next, using past experiences to interpret the present. When new information does not match those predictions, it creates cognitive friction. The faster the brain can resolve that friction, the better it feels. Closure removes that friction. But the faster closure arrives, the more likely it is to be wrong. Think about moments of uncertainty in daily life. Waiting for exam results. Not knowing why someone suddenly stopped replying to messages. Hearing a vague comment from a boss about your performance. In those moments, the brain immediately begins constructing explanations. They must be angry with me. I probably failed. I'm about to lose my job. Notice something important. The brain prefers any explanation to no explanation. Even if that explanation increases anxiety, the mind still accepts it because it eliminates the discomfort of uncertainty. A bad answer can feel psychologically easier than no answer at all. This tendency also shapes how people process news, politics, and social issues. Complex realities require patience and careful analysis. But the mind often prefers a quick narrative, something simple that explains everything. It's their fault. This group is responsible. That one event explains the entire problem. Closure creates the illusion of understanding. Another powerful aspect of cognitive closure is belief freezing. Once the brain settles on a conclusion, it becomes resistant to changing it. New information is filtered through the existing belief instead of being evaluated objectively. The mind essentially locks the door. Evidence that supports the belief is accepted quickly. Evidence that contradicts it is questioned, ignored, or reinterpreted. This is not because people are intentionally irrational. It is because the brain wants to protect the sense of stability that closure provides. Reopening the question would mean returning to uncertainty, and the brain dislikes that state. This is one reason debates often feel impossible to resolve. Two people may be looking at the same facts, but their minds have already committed to different conclusions. Each side is defending its own closure. The more emotionally invested someone becomes, the stronger the closure becomes. But cognitive closure is not only a vulnerability. It also serves an important survival function. Without the ability to reach conclusions, humans would struggle to make decisions at all. Every choice, from crossing a street to choosing a career, requires some level of closure. The real problem appears when closure happens too quickly. When the brain closes the question before enough information is gathered, it trades accuracy for comfort. It replaces understanding with assumption. Learning to recognize this mental process changes the way you think. Instead of rushing toward the first explanation that feels right, you begin noticing the tension of uncertainty itself. You become aware of the moment when the mind tries to shut the question down. And in that moment, something powerful becomes possible. You can pause. You can allow the uncertainty to exist without immediately resolving it. You can examine evidence more carefully. You can ask deeper questions instead of accepting convenient answers. This ability to delay closure is one of the foundations of critical thinking. Scientists rely on it. Investigators depend on it. Philosophers build entire disciplines around it. The willingness to stay inside unanswered questions allows deeper truths to emerge. In a world filled with noise, misinformation, and emotional persuasion, the pressure to reach quick conclusions is stronger than ever. Headlines demand instant reactions. Social media encourages immediate opinions. Conversations reward confidence more than curiosity. But the mind that resists premature closure gains something rare: clarity. Not every question needs an immediate answer. Not every explanation deserves instant belief. Sometimes the most intelligent response is the one the brain finds hardest to tolerate. I don't know yet. And learning to live with that uncertainty might be the beginning of thinking more clearly than most people ever do.